I recently had the opportunity to go through family letters. My aunt had kept all her parents' letters from the 1910s, and they had kept a lot of letters from other people as well, including one that was without an envelope. So I don't know whom it was addressed to, and I don't recognize the name of the person who wrote it. It's dated 1892, and it is a love letter. As today is the 10th anniversary of my husband's proposal to me and our engagement, I want to read this as a tribute to that wonderful moment. I've always felt that our engagement anniversary is as potent, at least as potent as our wedding anniversary, because that was when we decided to get married. Our wedding anniversary is when we got married, but we knew we were going to get married from February the 23rd, 2010. So, in extreme excitement about this anniversary, I want to read you this letter, and I hope that you will pass this on to the people that you love. Knoxville, Tennessee, April 26th, 1892. Dear lover, I will now attempt that 16-page letter as I promised you, but it is possible I may not be able to finish it at one sitting, or may not be able to reach the 16 point at all, but will do my best, for I never want to disappoint you on any point. I shall make it a point to keep my promises to you, whatever happens. At least I will never fail without a plausible reason for my failure. My idea is to make you happy, and in so doing find happiness for myself. For they say true happiness consists in or is attained to by administering to the delights of others. And I promise you again that I will not cease to woo you when we are married, but we will still be lovers and continue so till death. Thus our lives will be one sweet courtship filled with all the sweetness of a reciprocal affection and all that it implies. You don't know all that passes in my mind. You know I am fond of drawing mental pictures. Well, I drew a very pretty one once, which was suggested by seeing you on the porch one day I was out there. You could not guess in a year what it was, and I will not tell you till we are married. But I hope some day to see that picture reproduced in our life. It was something which anyone could feel proud of. I oughtn't to have told you about this, for you will be guessing what it is and what it can be. But you can't guess it, and you need not try. When you get this, I expect you will be so busy you will not have time to read it. If you can use me in any way, just telephone me and I will come and work like a little man. And then I would expect you to praise me for what I had done, and I would feel amply repaid. I don't expect, dearest, to find you perfect in everything, for then you would be divine. But I do believe you will make a model wife, and one that I will always be glad to get home to see, for I know you will make it attractive, and sacred, and bright. And here comes up that picture of love in a cottage, which is such a bright one to me. I almost feel like it would be worth dying for, to have you meet me at the door with a kiss. Won't you please remember that that will always make me fond of home and anxious to get there? I can imagine the ineffable sweetness which is to be found on your lips, and only to think it is forbidden to me now. But never mind. I will require 10 kisses after a while for every one you withheld from me now. Someone has said, the lips are the point where soul touches soul, and Someone has said that the lips are the point when soul touches soul and hold sweet communion together, and I believe it. But understand me, I would not urge you to do anything you consider improper on your conscience. But understand me, I would not urge you to do anything you consider improper or your conscience forbid. But when one has proved their devotion and constancy as I have done, why should it be forbidden? I would consider it as sacred as the soul, and in our case almost as binding as the marriage vows. I will try to keep clean lips and a pure mouth for your sake, clean and pure in all respects, and worthy of your kisses. But these are things which if I think of much I get impatient and dissatisfied with my surroundings and want to hurry time in its flight. I have seen people joined by the holy bonds of wedlock who never know the bliss of a pure kiss, but felt rather a repulsion toward each other, never exchanged the cordial greeting or sighed at parting, and were strangers to all these higher and purer and heavenly realizations of happy love. But what a life is that! Sentence me to a dungeon, ostracize me from all that is good, rather than condemn me to a life of that kind. Shall ours be such? God forbid. I will make this agreement with you, that whenever we find we do not enjoy one another and cannot live without quarreling, we will by mutual consent separate and follow thenceforth divergent paths. The world is too wide, and too many people in it for uncongenial souls to continue to clash and tear one another and knock whatever of sunshine there may be for them in life into shadows and darkness. The fact is, I would not live such a life. But I do not fear it with you. I can't conceive of you scolding and fault-finding. You were made to love and be loved, and consequently to be happy. The smile on your face and the mild entreaty in your eyes can wield an influence over me greater than the world. I enclose you a snow-white flower, one of the beauties of creation. Let its whiteness whisper to you of the purity of love I feel for you, and let us try to be as pure as it. Let its delicate sweetness incite us to make our lives sweet to each other and cheer others as it cheers us. Dearest, will you let me stop now? I have not filled out the 16 pages, but I think this will do for this week. So with renewed love, I am yours, Charlie L. And here you can see the oils of the white flower imprinted on the page. His lover must have taken it out of the letter and kept it. Please excuse me for the mistakes I made reading it, but it's a little bit difficult in places even though I practiced.